week on The Link Show, we're having an amazing race.
And we're learning about Palm Sunday.
Roll it. Miguel, what are you doing?
Wait, take a look real quick.
What can we see?
I was just looking for my 10th win in a row, baby. Like, come on, let's go. Hey, oh, hey.
I'm ready to swim away from this nonsense.
Or swim towards it. Anyway, welcome back to The Link Show.
Guys, we love your shout outs. Thank you for sending them in every week. If you want yours to be read on the show, head to thelinku.com. And right now, we're going to go read them. Read them. Read them. Let's read your shout outs. Lily says, "Hi, I'm Lily and Cece is the best." Thanks, girl. Aurora says, "I love the show. Could Miguel and Cece do a drawing challenge where you draw a buckle?" Yes, so down. Sienna says, "Love your videos. Cece for the win. Love you, bye." Pentecost Kids Church says, "We love your show. Do you enjoy doing it? We have an idea for a challenge. It's an egg toss. You need to throw an egg to each other, but at the same time be holding a spoon in your mouth with an egg balanced on it. The first person to drop an egg loses." Oh my goodness. We love it. I love that challenge. I don't know how we'll go. Harriet says, "What you guys do looks so fun." Thanks for sending your shout outs. It's so fun reading them. If you didn't hear yours this episode, check out all the Link Crew and You episodes as they are probably in them. You can see them and all our Link Show videos by going to thelinkcrew.com and hitting the YouTube button. While you're there, subscribe if you're allowed to as well. Anyway, let's keep the fun going as we listen to Buckles Preach Part 1.
Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about this strange day called Palm Sunday. Now, for some of you watching at school, it's probably not Palm Sunday yet, because normally you don't go to school on a Sunday. But for some of you watching at church, maybe you are watching this on Palm Sunday. But I want to talk a little bit about celebrating things that are important to you. So one of the things that I love to go and do with my son is to go and watch sports. So we went the other day to a Brisbane Bullets basketball game. Before that, we've been to heaps of AFL games and rugby league games. We went to what they call the Magic Round, where there's just back-to-back footy games for a whole weekend. And one of the things we love to go and do is go and celebrate our team. The team that we represent. We'd wear the colors, we'd go buy the hats and the beanies and the scarves and the hoodies and the jerseys. We put on all the colors of our team. Now, obviously, we're not the ones running out onto the field to play. We're just sitting in the grandstand. We're not the ones who are actually making the win happen. The team is, but we are still there celebrating our team because we feel like they're winning it on our behalf. We are winning the game. And so we go and we don't just sit back with our arms crossed and watch, we get involved with our voices and with our bodies. We would yell and cheer and celebrate when we score and tell them to go back and defend when the other team has the ball. When they have a win, we feel like we've had a win. When they lose, we feel like we had a loss, but we love it when our team wins. And so we go and we celebrate. You see, celebrating your team or celebrating something that's important to you helps you realize that it's not just about that thing or that person. It's actually about all of us together. I wonder about you. Have you ever been to a sporting game or a dance or cheerleading competition or something where someone won and that was the person or the team that you wanted to win? How did that make you feel? That you got to be a part of that victory, a part of that win for you as well. Even though you weren't the one out on the field or on the court or on the stage doing it, you still got to be a part of the win. Or maybe you were in a team, you were in a football team or a dance competition and your team won. You came first place. How did that make you feel? The celebration, the victory when you felt like you were a winner. You see, through the Bible, time and time again, it talks about the fact that we are more than winners. We're more than conquerors. And yet we're not the ones who win the victory. So how is that possible? If the Bible says that we're winners, but we're not the ones that do the winning, how can we be winners? Well, that's actually what we're learning about through this Easter series, that Jesus actually won the victory on our behalf. And so just like me celebrating my football team winning, we get to celebrate when Jesus, who is our Savior, wins. And so a little later on, we're going to take a look at a story in the Bible called Palm Sunday. We're going to explain why we call it Palm Sunday, because it wasn't actually called Palm Sunday in the Bible. That's something we've used to talk about this particular moment in the Bible. And so I'm super excited to talk about that story and also learn that we can celebrate the victory that Jesus gave. But we'll talk about that in just a minute.
Oh, we're in a change of venue, Cece.
Oh, we got our little.
This is
link
headquarters.
through.
This is Link
Welcome
headquarters.
to headquarters.
Welcome. This is where all the planning gets done. But we're not here to plan. I'm definitely not here to
I'm
plan.
not here to plan. I'm here to win.
Oh, it's the challenge.
It's a challenge.
That makes sense why we're holding this. Leaves.
Oh, you got a double-sided one. That's fun.
I think that was a mistake.
I love it.
We've
for
got
you.
leaves and ping pong balls.
And ping pong balls.
Oh, what the? The ink ran out of my hand. That's crazy. I was wondering, I'm not turning blue, am I? What are we doing?
Miguel, let's ask. What are we doing?
Producer, what are we doing?
Today we're doing a Palm Sunday race. You will have to fan your ball from this starting location to the finish. You will go across Link HQ headquarters, down the stairs, into the primary set, around the croc table, then go to the junior set, under the table, out of the junior set, and arrive at Jerusalem in the unscripted set. Are you ready?
No.
Balls on the ground,
You're on my
on the
hands.
line.
Blue, bro.
Keep to yourself.
Ready? 3, 2,
Yo, get your foot on
1,
your side.
begin!
Oh, she hit
I
it.
did. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yes.
Is that play on? Come on. Ah! Oh no! Get back. Whoop. Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
Do you know how hard it is to not cheat?
Oh, I gotta go under the table. No!
Ah! Get back here.
You can't fan these.
This. It's going the opposite way. Who designed this to go over a rug? Yeah, can we blow them?
Wait, no, how am I supposed to get up here? Oh! Game, set, match, baby!
Coming!
She kicked it as well. It is what it is. These fans don't work.
Took us the entire time, but we finally worked out how to use the fans.
My gosh, that was more than running on a treadmill, not gonna lie. But hey, let's go check out this week's animated Bible story.
Today is Palm Sunday, a day as Christians we celebrate a week before Easter. But why do we call it Palm Sunday? Well, for that, we're going to have to go back about 2,000 years to when Jesus was still here on earth. As we know, Jesus traveled all around Israel, doing miracles and telling people about how much God loved them. Now, it was getting close to the festival called Passover, which the Israelites had been celebrating ever since God freed them from being slaves in Egypt. And so Jesus and his disciples started making their way to Jerusalem, and as they got close, Jesus sent 2 of his disciples ahead to a village and said, "Go to the village and you'll find a donkey there tied with her colt. Bring them to me. And if anyone asks what you're doing, say that the Lord needs them, and they will send you on your way." Sure enough, it happened as Jesus said. So Jesus hopped on the young donkey, which had never been ridden, and rode it into Jerusalem. When the people heard that Jesus was coming, they celebrated. They cut down palm branches from trees. And for those that couldn't find palm branches, they used their jackets. They waved them in the air. They praised and yelled, "Hosanna to the Son of David. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest heaven." They waved their branches. They laid them on the floor in front of Jesus as he entered the city. People from all over Jerusalem came to see what was going on. They were asking, "Who is this?" And the crowds replied, "This is Jesus, the prophet from Nazareth in Galilee." Now, some of the religious leaders started getting upset by what was going on. They said to Jesus, "Jesus, tell your followers to stop singing and praising. Tell them to stop saying what they're saying." But Jesus replied to them, "I tell you the truth. If they did not sing, the very stones on the ground would cry out in their place." You see, we celebrate Palm Sunday because Jesus came not on a war horse in battle, but he came on a donkey in peace and humility. He showed that he came not to take over, but to come and make a way for us to find peace with God. I love this story so much because all of the people in Jerusalem hear that Jesus is coming. You see, all through the Bible for hundreds and hundreds of years before Jesus was born, there were prophecies about the coming of Jesus, about the things he would do, about the miracles that would happen so that people would know when it was him. And one of the prophecies was actually that he would be riding into Jerusalem on a donkey. You see, here's the thing. We learn at Easter that Jesus won the victory for us. We're going to talk about that in a few weeks. But if a king was riding into a city after a victory, after winning a battle, they would ride in on a horse, like on a big war horse with swords and shields and their army, and it would be a show of strength. And yet Jesus doesn't ride into Jerusalem on a war horse. Instead, he rides into Jerusalem on a donkey. When you rode in on a donkey, it was a sign that you were coming to bring peace. You see, one of the things at Christmas that we learn in the Bible is that Jesus came to bring us peace, to bring peace to humankind. And so the people hearing that Jesus came brought their palm branches, and if they couldn't get palm branches, they'd use their jacket, hence Palm Sunday, right? And they would celebrate Jesus because this was a triumphant entry into the city. This was a victory that they were celebrating with him, but instead of it being a victory using force, it was a victory that brought peace. And it's the same for you and me, that we can celebrate who Jesus is in our lives because when we have Jesus in our lives, he brings us peace. The Bible actually says that he wants to bring you peace that goes beyond your understanding. In other words, I shouldn't feel at peace right now. The world seems like it's falling apart and I don't understand why, but yet I still feel peace because Jesus brings us the peace that passes all understanding. And so today, where we celebrate Palm Sunday, whether it's Sunday for you or not, why don't you take a moment and think about how are you celebrating Jesus in your life? Just like you would go to a football game, you would be there, you would cry out for your team and you would celebrate. Are you going and celebrating Jesus, whether it's in Christian living at school or being at church on a Sunday, using your voice to celebrate who Jesus is in your life? Because that's what today is all about for Palm Sunday, that we should celebrate Jesus.
Yeah, that was a vibe.
Hey! I want, say what?
What?
I want, say what? Make it 10 in a row. Make it 10? And jokes, that's 9. Oh, I stuffed that up. Soon to be 10 though. One more week and I would have a 10. Guys, I just got corrected. I actually won only 9. Oh, I've won 10 times. I've won, no, yeah. I've won 10 times. Y'all chill, man. I'm getting tired out here from all this winning, you know what I'm saying? I've won 10 times. I'm gonna make it 11 though. Like I haven't lost yet since the first week. And that wasn't even my fault. That was a dice that just went rolling, you know?
No, you just didn't want the chocolate bad enough. I needed the chocky.
You needed the energy.
I did. It didn't get me anywhere this turn though. The chocolate did nothing.
The first shall be last and the last shall be first. Ain't that right?
Anyway, thanks for joining us today, guys.
I'm Miguel.
And I'm Cece.
And we'll see you next time on
The Link Show. Bye.